Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our School of Commerce support session. My name is Somilan Dinge, and I'm from marketing team. Joining us today, we have Sarame Ramasojana, who is our head of school. We also have Motaliko Motalani, who is our senior program manager within the school. And today they will take you through the school, what is it all about, our qualifications, and our different intakes. We'll also touch on Mill Park, what Mill Park is about, what we stand for, where do we come from. So you are spoiled for choice this morning. Before I hand over to them, I just want to do a bit of housekeeping on my side. If you notice on the right-hand side of your screen, we've got an interactive chat box. This is where you can pop in your questions. I see people have already said hi, hello, good morning, Gwyneth. Hello, Michael. Hi, Tandani. We see you. So you can continue chatting with us on that chat box. Let us know where you're watching from. I am joining you from Cape Town, and the weather today is beautiful. I think we are being slowly introduced to summer, but then Cape Town tomorrow can be winter. So, and then that's where I'm joining from. And if you also see at the bottom of the screen, we have two polls running. Would like to get a vote from you. Tell us whether you'd like us to contact you regarding our next DLO intake, and if you'd like to have more information around our courses. We will gladly contact you and enable you to have that information so you can make an informed decision about partnering with us. We also have an ask a question box, which is at the bottom of the screen. This is where you can pop in all your questions as you listen to Sarami, as you listen to Mutalukomo. You can pop in all your questions that you may have, and we will tackle those during our Q&A session during this event. So without spending any more time, I'm going to hand over to Sarame, who is our head of school, and he'll take you through Park, what we stand for, and where we come from. So over to you, Sarame.
Thank you, Somila. Thank you so much for great introduction. Welcome, everybody. I can't believe it's the 1st of October already. Can you believe we are almost there towards the end of the year? And for most of us, it might be a good year or a bad year, whatever the circumstances you are facing, but it is what it is. And let's move on and get into the new year. Like Somila said, I'm Saramaram Sajana. I'm the head of the school in the School of Commerce. I'm sure some of you might have seen communication from myself, or when you apply or for admission or when you get registration. I always welcome you there. So today's session, as Somila indicated, it's a dialogue. You are free to engage with us and also ask questions if something doesn't make sense by typing in the chat box. So we've got an hour to go. So please make sure that whatever you have in your mind, let's squeeze it within an hour so that you can continue with your other responsibilities or other tasks that you have for the remainder of today. And it's Saturday, and Saturday is always short. I don't know why. Nevertheless, welcome to School of Commerce. In particular, welcome to Mill Park Education. So before I carry on with the structure, I just want to mention that we are part of Stadio Holdings. Stadio Holdings is a listed company on the JSE. So that is the company that is the parent of Mill Park Education, Stadio Institute of Higher Education, and AFTA. And all of us are independently run institutions. For example, Stadio has its own qualifications, where admission criteria, etc. Stadio at the same time also have their own ways of doing things, and AFTA. So we are independent. The reason why I'm emphasizing this point is we have issues in the past where you guys, you inquire or you raise your questions at Stadio or at AFTA. Nobody will help you there. You need to come to us, Mill Park Education. Even though we are one umbrella, we are the subsidiaries of Stadio, and Stadio is our mother company. So if you look at Stadio, you will see Stadio comprises of formerly SBS, Southern Business School, Embry, Livesoft, and Prestige. And all of those brands, they are now called Stadio. So we no longer have SBS on its own. There's no longer Embry on its own. Everything now falls under Stadio. And then after, it is on its own, same as Melpack. You go to the next slide, Somila. So let's focus on us, Melpack. This is where you chose to study with us, to partner with us. What is in store for you? I just want to give you a vision of what we try to achieve as a school and also align it with Melpack as a whole. We want to provide Africans the opportunity to reimagine their future through flexible, accessible, supportive, and life-learning business education solutions. Our courses are flexible in that you have to choose between different study modes, which is distance learning and also distance learning online. Accessible, we are all accessible all over the world. We have students that are in the US, in the UK, Australia, and mainly also in African continent, because we are the leader in terms of online education. So you can study wherever you are. There's no boundaries in terms of partnering and studying with us. We support you, and then our business education gives you a life learning journey and knowledge that we can use for the rest of your life. When did we start? We started in 1997. Currently, when we started in 1997, Melpack only had higher certificates in financial services, higher certificate in banking. But I'm very pleased to announce that as of today, we have a PhD degrees that we offer. So you can imagine from certificate entry level 5 up until entry level 9. That is a great achievement for the past 24 years. So we have this flexibility of offering educational solutions to all of our stakeholders through various programs that we offer at Melpack. We have an office in Cape Town. This is where our head office is based. So really, as you study online, you don't need to come to any office. You even exams and everything you do online. You write your exams online. You do your assessments online. And everything that you engage with us is online, unless there's a really need for you to visit our head office, which is in Cape Town. Then you need to make arrangement and be able to go there. And then we have these different schools in Melpack. We've got the business school. What they does there, they look after a postgraduate qualification, which is PGD in public administration. We've got masters, which is MBA. We also have PhD that I mentioned that we recently had it recognized by CHE in the past 2 years. So that business school looks after those qualifications. Then we have our School of Commerce, which we believe is where you are now, and this is where our focus area will be today. And then we have the School of Financial Planning and Insurance that deals with short-term insurance, financial planning qualifications. And then we also have School of Investment and Banking, which deals with banking qualifications. If you want to enroll in BCom Banking, BCom Investment Management, BCom Credit, all of those qualifications are falling there. However, the admin side of that, it is run or it is managed by the School of Commerce. So I just wanted to give you a bigger picture in terms of where we are in terms of our schools. If you go to the next slide, Somila. The next slide just shows about our values, what we stand for, and what we believe will make us successful rather. Our values are our cornerstone. These are our pillars. These are our guiding principles. Because without the values, we cannot achieve our corporate objectives and also our strategic direction. The first one is strive. We strive for excellence, and we look to deliver the best in every opportunity that comes along. And ladies and gentlemen, we all have journeys in our different lives, but you need to know that the journey is not always straightforward, but we need to constantly look to get better or improve where things go wrong. And if you don't strive for that excellence, we will not go any further. Everything in life is not perfect, but we have to strive. Even from your side, we encourage our students. If you, let's say you don't succeed in one module or you are not successful in your qualification, it's not the end of the world. You need to look back and reflect and look at yourself and say, where did I go wrong? What can I fix? So that is strive, and it applies to all of us. The second one is care. At Milpark, we care about each other, we care about colleagues, we also care about our different stakeholders, but importantly, you as students, I think you are the most part of our stakeholder relationship, which we always strive to care about. I think what is important in care is connection and relationship between us and you students. If there's no that connection, you don't feel cared about or you feel neglected, then there's a breakdown in terms of expectations and also relationship. So care means we support each other. And if you have issues or you have concerns or anything that bothers you while you are studying with us, or even now during your phase of registration, let's say you are not getting through to us or something's pending for some time, we are here to support you. Hence, we organize this session to see what can we do for you to fast track any application that you've got with us or anything that you need to inquire about us. Then that shows care. The other one is learn. We all learn to grow. We are growing. And there's a saying that, in education, you can learn as much as you, even if you reach 8 years. Age doesn't matter in education. So we learn. You are here to learn. That's the reason why you chose to be part of the session today. That's why you chose to be part of, or you were interested in Milpark, because you want to learn. And you are here because of that. And then for you to become a successful learner, it is important that you link, or we link to the previous core, which is care and also strive. Because if you don't strive to learn, if you don't care about your learning journey, if you don't care about your partnering with us, then nothing will succeed. So that is very key that we learn, and you can see it is represented by that flower which is growing, which represent growth. And the last one, but not least, is real. Real means being authentic, being transparent about yourself, and then being honest. I see if you guys say, you know what, I'm receiving a terrible service from Milpark, don't keep quiet. Please engage with us, and then we can see and reflect and look, where did we go wrong and how can we best assist you. This is an open platform. Please share your views, because if you don't share honestly, we won't know what is the issue. And also, once you are on board with us, once we have registered, if you find something doesn't make sense, or you're experiencing delay in getting your assignment feedback, or whatever it is that you're experiencing, you need to reach out to us. As Somila mentioned, the Motlalo is the program manager of the entire school, and she's a senior, by the way. So you might be allocated to a certain program manager who is responsible for your own qualification. Please make sure that you reach out to us. We will be able to assist you. So those are the values, guys, that guide us as Milpark, and I'm really looking forward to engage with you during the session. And also thereafter, if you have any follow-up inquiries or you want clarity on certain things that we are saying, because of time, we couldn't reach out to everything, please reach out to us. I'll be able to respond to your queries or emails. For now, I would like to hand over to Motlalo to take through to give us some of the presentation that she's got for us. Over to you, Nono.
Just do this. Sorry a bit. Let me just close a lot of things that I have opened. Okay. Thank you for your time, everybody. From my side, I'm just gonna inform you guys on what to do to make sure that your admission and registration process can flow with ease. And I know that from the questions that Michael is asking, is one of the registered students. So it means that it's a mix of students that are registered and students that are not registered at all. So my presentation is only focused on the students that are not registered as yet or not admitted, so that we can inform you of certain things that you can do on your side to be able to get admitted into our qualifications. So from the School of Commerce, the qualifications that we handle is Bachelor of Business Administration, and we also handle Bachelor of Commerce, and both of them are NQF level 7 qualifications, and they have varying credits, but the credit for the qualification is 360, but based on the stream that you have selected, the credits might be more than the 360 for a degree qualification. And we also have an advanced certificate in management, which is an NQF level 6 qualification. And we also have higher certificate in management, which is an NQF level 5 qualification, and both of them have 120 credits. So if it happens that you have tried to be admitted for the first one, maybe BBA, and then your points are not well enough, we might inform you that you can try your luck on one of the lower level qualifications, which might be your higher certificate in management, and then maybe you can be able to be admitted with that. And then the other thing that you need to know, we have certain requirements for you to be admitted on the BBA or the BCom qualification. And then from our side, we need you to have a South African, to be a South African citizen. Even if you're not a South African citizen, there's something that we need from your side so that you can be admitted. We need your identity document if you're a South African citizen. We need your matric certificate. And if ever you have completed any NQF level 5 or NQF level 6, it might be with another institution or with us, we need that. But on the results, it should reflect the NQF level of that qualification, the credits of that qualification. And the credits are supposed to be 120 or more. If it happens that you've completed an NQF level 5 and it has something like 45 credits on it, there's no way that we can take you. But if it's 120 and more, then we can be able to admit you on the BBA or the BCom, our degree qualifications. And then even if you have completed a lower qualification with NOPAC, when you do your admission, you should load that transcript for us so that we can be able to see that you have completed something with us. Because while working on admissions, I've come to realize that some people say that I was their student, they'll be able to pick up. But the system doesn't communicate like that. So you have to attach so that we can see that you're one of our students. And then diving deeper into BBA and BCom, here are what is making it different when it comes to admission side. For both of them, you need your NQF level 5 to be admitted on it. And this NQF level 5 supposed to have sufficient credits, including your NQF level 6. And then if you want to do BBAs specifically, we don't look at your mathematics at all. And then one other thing that you should know is that on the BCom side, then we do look at mathematics, but on the BBA, we don't look at your mathematics points so that you can be able to be accepted. And then you should have passed your matric. You see that I've even highlighted, if you made your matric, like you have a senior certificate and you completed in 2007 or before then, you should have passed with endorsement or exemption. Those are the students that did their matric with higher grade, standard grade before the level thing came into place. And then if it has happened that you have did your matric 2008 until the other years that are coming after 2008, you would have a national senior certificate, and then with that you should have completed 4 credit subjects, including English at 50%. Like you should have passed them like that. And then life orientation, guys, is not part of the 20 credit list. And then what we have came to realize that more students are performing very well, even getting 100% and all of that on the life orientation. But when it comes to us and admitting on a qualification, we don't count that one out at all. So it means that with your life orientation, if you want to see where you're falling, you should just not count those marks and then count the other ones to see that if you have 50 and if English is part of the module, the subject that you have passed for BBA. And then when it comes to BCom, as I've said, it's still the same with BBA. The only difference is with the mathematics. If you have NQF level 5 or NQF level 6, it's supposed to be 120 credits, the NQF level for it. And then if it has happened that you have passed a senior certificate, you have passed with senior certificate, you should also have endorsement or exemption on your certificate. It will state there. And then also you should pass English with 50% or more. Reason being, everything that you're doing on our side, writing your assignments, everything is going to be in English. So we have to make it a point that you have passed your language, which is English. And then lastly, you should have achieved a symbol E or higher on mathematics, or a symbol D or higher for mathematics on standard grades. Remember that with the previous qualifications, matrics for 2007 and before then, we had higher grades and standard grades. So the symbols here differ a lot. So that's something, again, that you should check. And then when it comes to the national senior certificate, the levels 1, if you have done pure mathematics, like when we check, you're supposed to have passed it with 50%, which is level 4. But if you have done mathematics literacy, you should have got level 7 for you to be admitted on the BCom. If it happens that you didn't get level 7, I'll come to it. I'll inform you there's something that we do so that you can be able to be admitted. Let's say that you have passed all other subjects well, but when it came to your mathematics or your mathematics literacy, you didn't get the requirement that we need, then there's something that we do on our side to be able to assist you so that you can be admitted on the qualification. And then, guys, the other things that while we're working on admissions that we have came to realize is that some students, they don't even read the last part, actually applicants, because when they do load their admissions, they're not our students as yet. They do not check the bottom part of the qualification. And if you check there, you'll be able to see which qualification are you suitable for that you can be able to apply for. And then the other thing that you should remember, for NQF level 5 or NQF level 6 qualification, the credits on that qualification should be 120 credits or more. It should never be less, because if it's less, we're not going to admit you. And then never apply for any qualification that you are not suitable for. Make certain you read sorry about the error there. You read the requirements on the fact sheet of the qualification. We have a certain document that shows you all the modules that are running on a certain qualification. And on that document, we call it a fact sheet. It has all other information that you should know about that particular qualification. So all the time, read that document before you can even apply, just for you to see that, is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this the qualification that I'm supposed to be doing? And then if you want to do your higher certificate in management, you need to have passed your matric with 40% for English. And then if you want to do your advanced certificate in management, which is the NQF level 6 qualification, you need to have completed your NQF level 5 qualification. And don't forget, you should have sufficient credits for us to be able to admit you into that qualification. And as I have said before, that there's something that we can do for you. Let's say that you didn't pass your mathematics well. You see the bridge that I have included here? We call it the bridging program. And then this bridging program is only into the BCom qualification that needs mathematics for you to be able to be admitted into the qualification. When it comes to the BBA, the Bachelor of Business Administration, we don't have the bridging program. It's only specifically for the BCom students. And then with this one, it's for candidates who do not meet the mathematics requirement. And then you may be offered an admission on condition that you successfully complete the PRISM program. The PRISM program only takes 1 year. 1 year. And then in that 1 year, you can be able to do INDBS, which is Induction to Business Studies, Business Numeracy, Business Maths. As you see all these subjects here, these are introductory subjects that we have, or modules that we have. Induction to Business Studies, it teaches you about how are you supposed to behave as a student. Like they'll teach you the principles of how to study and all of that so that you can know. When it comes to business numeracy, especially for the students, since you were lacking in mathematics, business numeracy lays that foundation for mathematics. And then when it comes to the mathematics modules, it dives deep into mathematics, because on your qualification on BCom, there are more modules that are technical. And then with these modules that are technical, there's always calculations involved. So for us to be able that, yeah, our student is able to be successful and then they can be admitted into the BCom, you have to pass all those subjects, all those modules, the 3 modules. And then if it happens that you are struggling with them, then you'll have to complete them. Until you complete those, we are not going to be able to admit you. And then if it has happened that you didn't pass your matric with endorsement, you can, and you are over the age of 23, you can apply for mature age exemption with USEF, so that you can ask them to offer you an exemption. And then only after they have done that, you can come back to us and say that, guys, I have received this approval from USEF. I need to do the qualification. And then the entire process with USEF, we are not involved. It means that it only be you and USEF, so that you can handle them to be able to assist you with your endorsement or your mature age exemption. So from our side, that's what we do. And then most of the time, when working on registrations, because remember that immediately after being admitted into your qualification, then you're supposed to register. And that's where like everything sometimes just gets stuck, because you find somebody who has loaded their own online registration and they have just loaded modules that were appearing. Because what would happen is that when you register, all the modules that are not completed on the qualifications are going to appear for you to say that you need to register this. So hence I have said when I started that you should make sure that you know your fact sheet, because if you know your fact sheet, you can be able to see that for year 1, these are the modules that I'm supposed to be doing. For my year 2, after completing year 1, these are the modules that I'm supposed to be doing. And your year 3 also, it will just be the same. So your fact sheet also, again, here, it's needed, it's important, because even with your fact sheet, you can be able to see if a module needs to be completed first before you can complete the other one. We call those prerequisite modules, where you're supposed to complete a certain module for you to be able to move over to the other one. So the other thing that I just need to caution you on is refrain from registering based on exam dates. But register based on the academic progression, like your year 1, year 2, and year 3. Because most of the time, like students will look at like which exam is going to be written first and which one is further from that one, so that you can have ample time for you to be able to study. So that just causes confusion. And then from our side, we will rework it back to whoever that has loaded, or to the sales advisors to say, please go back to the student, tell them that they can only take 1, 2, 3 modules on first year, but not the other modules that they have taken. And then the other thing that you should remember is that all new applicants, you should register for Induction to Business Studies and Business Numeracy. As I've explained, that those modules are the ones that give you the base into the qualification. So you should register for them. If you are a distance learning student, you should do them in your first semester. And then if you are a distance learning online student, you should do them on your first cycle, so that you can just get done with them and then get into the other business of the other modules. And then prerequisite modules should be completed before modules they are prerequisites for. You have 2 modes of study, which is distance learning and distance learning online. And then if you have completed a certain qualification with an external institution, and for some reason you believe that, when I check this fact sheet, it shows me exactly that these are the modules that I have done before, you can apply for a credit accumulation transfer. so that whatever that you think that you can get exemptions for and then don't have to repeat those modules, it can be looked at by the academic team, including the academic administrator helping on that qualification. And then they will say that, do you get it or not? If you do get it, you'll receive a letter informing you that which modules you have received external exemptions on, or external credit accumulations transfers on. And with those modules, it means that you don't have to repeat them again on the qualification. But there are certain rules also are attaching to that. The qualification that you have completed should be less than 10 years, not 10 years or more than 10 years. It should be less, and that's only when the external exemptions are looked into. So from your side, while you're still on the ones that are registered now, if you were never informed and then you know that you have a certain external qualification and then this is something that you will need to apply for, please inform us. You can even send your details on the chat, and then I'll make it a point that I share it with the relevant PMs, and then they will share with the academic administrators so that they can be able to get back to you. Please, 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 because it would happen that maybe the module that you think you're supposed to be exempted for is a second year module, and then you do all these modules, and then you also do that module when you get to your second year. But while doing it, you feel that, Mara, this module, no, is so similar to that one that I did maybe at UNISA or UJ. And by then, because you have attempted the module, there's no way that we can assist you to be able to give you an exemption. So before you even attempt anything, even if you are only doing your INDBS and BNAM now and you feel that there are certain modules, please, please apply now so that you can be able to get your exemptions and know which modules you're not supposed to complete on the qualification. It will save you money. It will save you the stress of that module on its own. And then since I have informed again that we also have higher certificate in management, and advanced certificate in management. When it comes to higher certificate in management, the way that the modules are registered is way different. It's not like the ones where you just say that I'll just follow the fact sheet the way that it is. This is how it has been tabled by the head of school on that side. For semester 1, you have to register for the management environment, managing people, fundamentals, strategic management, and principles of microeconomics. So these two modules on top, and one of the electives here is the modules that you can be able to register for semester 1. So even if you feel like, yo, Mare, I really, really want to start with introduction to marketing management because I'm passionate about marketing, you can't, because that module will only be on offer in semester 2. So you have to stick to this timetable when you are registering there, so that for the first semester, you can register these modules. For the second semester, you can register other modules. So please, please, if you are on higher certificate in management, this is the timetable that's supposed to be followed. But if it happens that you are a learnership student and there's some plannings between and the learnership people and your company, they will inform you on how things are done. Here, I'm only speaking to the public students that are registering by themselves and their own higher certificate in management. So from my side, that's about it. If you have any questions that you need to ask, you can post on the forum and then we'll get back to you. But if it happens is something like Michael's situation, well, I'll need to go back and check where has he been sending the information, why he has not been receiving the information that he's supposed to receive. We'll be able to do that. You can just send us your details and then we can go back and check on that, because at this stage I cannot get in contact with anybody, because the three of us who are presenting here today, we are the only ones who are working. It's a Saturday, nobody's working. So only on Monday, that's when we can be able to come back to you and give you all the information that you need from your side. So that's about it. So Mila, Sirami, I am done.
Thank you so much, Nono. And thank you for that insightful conversation and talking about our requirements. I'm gonna close that video. Yes. So I see that on our ask a question box, it's been mostly like Michael, and I feel like Nono has been answering those questions. So Michael, from my side, I'm in marketing. I'm not in the academic side, but it will be very useful if you can please drop us your email address and we will be in contact. and we'll take it from there. So I've got another question from Sekalela Ngobeni. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. It says, I was doing higher certificate in banking. I failed one module elective, and I would like to replace it with another module so that I can complete the course. What is the procedure or process? Are you guys able to take that question?
I can only.
No, you keep muting yourself.
I'm trying to move away from that because I have opened the chat also on my side. Skaleni, can you just ask your deep?
Sorry?
Yeah, I am talking now. It is open now.
Okay.
Somila?
Yes.
Okay. Skaleni, you can just send us your details because certificate in banking, there's another group of people who are handling those, who are in the banking and investment management qualification side. So sending your details and then I'll take this question and make it a point that I share it with the senior program manager on that side, who is Cullen, so that they can be able to get back to you, because I'm just scared of saying that, yes, you can be able to replace it with another module, only to find is not like that. Send us your details and then I'll make it a point that I forward it to them.
Thank you very much, Nono. Another question. I can't find who was asking the question. No, it's actually Nolutando Kumalo. It says, good morning. How do I obtain confirmation that I have completed my BCom degree, risk and compliance? The last exam was in May and I passed. However, I'm not able to obtain my confirmation. I also need to start thinking about registering for a post-degree. Thank you. So what would be the process Nolutando to follow?
Nolutando doesn't have to do anything. I'll also make it a point that I share their details with Ms. Bitumelo Maretwa, who's assisting in BCom compliance and risk management stream, so that on their side, they can just be able to log into the profile that we used to check Nolutando. So Nolutando, give us your student number so that I can give it to Dumi, and then she'll check that and be in communication with our graduations office. And then only after then, that's when you can know what's happening. Because if the last exam was in May, by now you...
Sorry there. I think Mutalekomo is having connectivity issues. Nolutando, I'd like to ask if you can perhaps email Mutalekomo. I'm gonna pop in her email address on the chat box. You can email her with your student card, and this can be resolved like earliest Monday morning. So I'm just going to pop in her email address on the chat box, and then we can take it from there. I'll try to bring her online again and see how we go. And then I'm just going to see other questions. Okay. So I think we have answered all our questions on the ask a question box. Michael, I would really urge you to please be in contact with Nono, and then she'll be able to assist you, and they'll get in touch, as well as Sarame has asked this of you the same thing. So yeah, if we do not have... Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you, Nolutando. Okay, perfect. I don't see any other questions on the screen. Remember, if you would like us to contact you about registering and learning more about our courses, remember to vote on our polls. The reason why we do this is because of Poppy. We cannot contact you and sell you things if you don't want. So by saying yes, please contacting us, you're giving us permission to actually tell you about our courses and partner with you. So if you'd like that to happen, please click on those polls, and so that we can have your contact details and we'll be in touch. Sarame,
yeah, just before we close, I think there's a question from Tendani.
Oh,
Everyone
yes.
is asking what is DLO. So DLO stands for Distance Learning Online. So there's a difference between distance learning and distance learning online. Distance learning, let's start with distance learning, means you do one assignment, it runs once a semester. So you are registering one module in semester 1 and another module in semester 2. Or you can take 3 modules in semester 1 and 2 in semester 2, depending on your schedule. That is distance learning. So the assessment structure for distance learning, you've got 1 online test or 2 online tests, and you've got assignment and you've got exam, and that's it. And you also have opportunity for support in terms of the tutor forums. If you have any issues, you can contact the lecturer there. There's also exam and assignment overview sessions that you can also watch or join. That is distance learning. Then distance learning online is different. This one is more engaged. You do one module at a time. In certain instances, we can do one module at a time and also do another DL module. So distance learning online, the composition thereof is you do 3 online tests, you have participations. There's a 24-hour online lecturer who's there to support you. There are live sessions. So the difference between distance learning and distance learning online is the matter of how you engage, the frequency of assessments, the way in which you run your assessments, the exams, and in certain instances, the sum of the assignment will be the same between DL and DLO because the content is the same. The only difference is the level of engagement with the content and with the facilitator. Because remember, we have students who say, I just want to study distance learning. I don't want to be reminded about online tests. I don't want to have these sessions. I just want to study on my own pace, on my own study plan. That is distance learning for you. But if you want to be engaged with the lecturer on a regular basis, you get that constant support. There's multiple assessments, like 3 online tests. You've got 3 assignments. You've got participations where there's a topic that they put there, and then they ask you to bring up your own comments, and you learn from each other. You learn from other students. So DLO is more engaged. It's similar to like you're in class. It's like it's a virtual class. Let me put it that way. And distance learning is purely distance learning, So that's the difference between the two. And like I said, we are flexible. We cater for different types of needs of students. Other people prefer distance learning online. Other people prefer distance learning because you are working adult. You don't have time to check things on a daily basis. Then distance learning is for you. But if you are from high school or you're still working, but you want, maybe the module is complex, it's difficult, it's technical, you rather choose to do DLO because of this constant engagement. So I hope, Tendani, I answered your question.
To also add, sorry, Samila, I just wanted to add on top of what Sirami said. Everybody who's doing INDBS and BNAM, those 2 modules are only on off on distance learning online. That's where you can get the experience that Sirami is telling you about, so that you can check, like, on distance learning, are you able to cope with those 2 modules? I can say that's when you can test yourself to say that, is this what I want to do, or I want the relaxed pace of distance learning where I am the one who set my own pace on how to go. So with INDBS and BNAM, take it as an exercise on your side for you to know what is distance learning online all about.
Cool. Thank you very much, Nono, and thank you for explaining that further. We do not have any more questions on our Ask a Question box, and we see some people have voted that we must contact them. We will send your information to our sales team, and then they will be in contact. So thank you very much for joining us this Saturday, 1st of October. I know people have a lot of errands to do, but you've taken your time to come and listen to us. We really appreciate your time, and we don't take it for granted. So, and as you learn about Millpark and as we journey together, we want to say, like, we would like to partner with you on your learning journey. It's an experience for us, it's an experience for you as well. And we think we hope, according to our values, that we will meet you at that place and it will be exactly what you had imagined. So before I close or say any more things, I will hand over to Sarami to close for us.
Yes, thank you, Somila. Yeah, you just said my words, but I really appreciate your time, guys, to take this morning and join the session. It shows you are interested, and like we said, we are here to support you. Yes, I mean, Michael raised very important points that, he's got 10 emails that are not being answered. So I'm really interested to see what Michael inquired and then why is it pending, so that we can fix that and correct it. And besides that, I think we are really hoping to see you guys as our students, or if you are current students, please engage with us. Like I said, we are open. We have open platform for you to ask questions. Let's be real and then don't be shy to ask. Like Michael has been real. He's not happy with some other stuff. So we need those type of engagement with us, so that we can see where is the delay, so that everybody can be assisted. We are here for you. And with that note, let me thank Somila as well from the marketing team to making this event successful. Thank you, Somila, for that. And also our program manager, our senior program manager, let me put it that way, thank you, Nono, to take your time on Saturday. Yeah, we still have 10 minutes, but I think this time, let me give it back to you, so that you can continue with the business of your day on Saturday. And have a good weekend and be safe wherever you go. And please be safe. Keep well.
Bye-bye.